Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do before you leave today. And make sure to thumbs up the video and make sure to share on all your social media networks. Well, welcome back, and welcome back. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy belated Christmas and happy Kwanzaa. What should I say? Merry belated Christmas and happy Kwanzaa to everybody if you do celebrate Kwanzaa. All right, and we got the New Year's coming up, so yeah, I'm excited about that. So I hope everybody's Christmas was fantastic, spectacular. Mine was absolutely wonderful. I got a chance to spend time with my family. Went to my aunt's house for dinner, so it was just so wonderful. It was blessed and beautiful. My mom was there this year. Yay! My mom was always working, so I'm so glad she was able to come. Yep, but let's get right into this video. Okay, so this video is about, I don't know if you guys heard this story yet, but happened like a couple of days ago. West Side Chicago woman Betty Jones, she was fatally shot in a domestic disturbance call to the police. So she was shot by the police. And she was 55 years old. She was a mother of 5 children. So the authorities said the shooting happened late Saturday. I think it was like 4:30 a.m. She said they said it was accidental, so they did acknowledge it was accidental. The officers they were responding to a call about a domestic disturbance, and they said they were, quote, were confronted by a combative subject, resulting in the discharging of the officer's weapon, fatally wounding 2 individuals. And I quote. Yes, so that's what they said. Okay, so the second individual who was involved and who was also killed was the 19-year-old Quintonio LeGrier. Okay, he was home from college, and he was there to, see his family for the holidays. Okay, so 19-year-old Quintonio LeGrier, he was carrying a baseball bat, and they say he was threatening his father with the bat, but no guns were recovered at the scene. So there was no, like, the only weapon that was used was the bat. So he had a bat, and he was threatening his father with it. So his father was very afraid because he said, well, this is not really his normal character. So Quintonio suffers from mental illness and like emotional issues. So he called the police, and he asked Miss Jones, which was his neighbor downstairs. He asked her, can she watch out for the police? And she said, okay. So all officers will be actually placed, well, they were placed on a routine administrative duty for 30 days, like while they look into the case and find out what happened. So even though they acknowledged that her death was an accident, police offered a scanty version of what really happened that day, which I'm not surprised. Okay. Questions have been referred to the Independent Police Review Authority, which only confirmed that the shooting actually occurred. So that's the only thing that they actually said happened. In a second police shooting, which actually happened the same day, surprisingly, that was like really ironic and crazy. And it's funny because I went to my grandma's house and she told me about it. So it was like I was looking at the news, I'm looking at this, shooting, and then I'm looking, and then she's like, "Oh, another shooting happened too, like not far from here." And I'm like, "What?" Like at the same time, it's really crazy. In the 1,000 block of West 103rd place, the police encountered an armed man and shot him. He was taken in serious to critical condition to Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oakland, officials say. Okay, so that man lived. Okay, so luckily he did live, but it was just crazy that these 2 shooters were kind of like, bouncing off each other. They happened at the same time. One on the west side and then one on the south side. It was just weird. So IPRA Sharon Fairley, she responded to both shootings. I think she replaced the guy who was over. I don't know if she replaced the police superintendent, but she didn't really have much to say about the shootings. Evelyn Glover Jennings, that's Jones's cousin, she said that I want this investigation to be thorough. I want answers. Her blood is crying out from the grave, saying, "Evelyn, avenge me." And I just thought that was a really, really hard hitting quote. Like, that was really powerful. You could just kind of just feel that, just running, running through you. You can just feel it running through the atmosphere. Like, wow. And LaGreer shot seven. It was shot 7 times. Jones might have been standing behind him when he came to the door. Once the cops arrived, so she was shot in her neck, and there were only 2 shots, like in between the walls in her house. So like two shots, 2 bullet holes they saw, and she was shot in her neck. Her daughter actually found her, which was like really hurtful. I mean, you can just imagine how traumatizing it is for your own daughter to find her mom on the ground dead. And she kept trying to check for, this is her 19-year-old daughter, she was trying to check for her pose, and she couldn't find her pose, and she was like, what just happened here? So it's possible like her mom was, the boy came to the door and opened the door, had the bat, and then like it sounds like the cops just like started shooting, like didn't ask any questions, and then the mom was standing behind him, and then she got shot in the neck by mistake, and they like didn't see her behind him, so it sounds really goofy. You call the police, you try to get help, and you lose a loved one, she said. And this is Janet Cooksey, which is the mother of Quintanilla LaGreer. And what are they trained for? Just to kill? I thought that we were supposed to get service and protection. I mean, my son was an honor student. He's here for Christmas break, and now I've lost him. Wow. Another really powerful quote, that you can really just feel it, I mean, it is an outrage. It definitely is, like, without even saying that, you already know that. And these are 2 police shootings. You got the one on the south side, one on the west side. They're both, very impactful. This one definitely really impactful because you got 2 families here. There's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of tears, and then no answers. You got 2 families that are outraged. And the funny thing about it is the police don't have much to say. They are completely at fault, but they have nothing to say. Like, they have no recourse other than it was an accident. I'm sorry. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, take some responsibility here. Like, I mean, at least they said that much. I'm shocked they said that much. They said they're sorry. And they acknowledged the accident, but they don't really have much to say. And the lady, like, his mother, she wants a personal apology from Rahm Emanuel, who's actually on vacation in Cuba now with his family. And he did say something. He said, like, he feels that anytime there's a police shooting, that, basically the whole city is owed an answer in a thorough investigation. But he, he didn't go into too much any further than that. Just saying, hey, there needs to be an investigation done. I mean, she wants a personal apology from him. It's just, it's a merry-go-round of nonsense is what it is. I'm like, oh, stop with the monotony of all this, like, BS that's going on with the cops and all these crazy shootings. I couldn't get it in my mind. I'm like, how is it that you came to answer a call? You got a call from dispatch about domestic disturbance. So you came out. You came out on time. You got there. But it's like, how do you start shooting without answering any questions? So they said, now the boy had, mental issues, but they're not sure if the cops were aware that he had mental issues. That could be one thing. But see, that's something that you could have found out had you asked questions. When you got on the scene, you could have, had you done things by protocol and you're supposed to, I believe that, one, if not both of them, would have still been here. I don't think that either of them should have lost their lives. Definitely not the woman, because I'm like, she was a downstairs neighbor. I mean, she was just supposed to be watching out. And I don't think the boy should have lost his life either, because he has mental issues. I mean, really? Like, somebody's mentally ill who has, some kind of, emotional problem, or, it's something they can't help, you cops, you need to get it together. You need to come on and do what you're supposed to do. Stop taking things in your own hands. You're not necessarily, killing should be the last resort. Shooting somebody and taking a life should always be in your mind. I know you can't control every situation, but you have to think, okay, this is something I don't want to do. Yes, I have a gun. I'm trained to use it, but I don't want to pull this thing out unless I really have to. As far as killing people, I need to make sure this is the last thing that I have to do. I want to make sure I get on here and try to ask a question, try to find out, what's going on. If, at the most, use a taser. Like, this sounded like taser. This had taser written all over it. I'm like, this sounds like a taser. So he had a bat. He has a bat. You talk about a young man who has emotional issues. He's kind of what is that word? Combative, and he can't. He's a little out of control. He needs to be calmed down so that you can kind of maybe give him to a hospital, maybe an inpatient clinic, or get his medicine if he has medicine he takes. Okay, that situation could have been solved with a taser if you need to. If you can't like wrestle him down to the ground to get him to settle down and calm down, is all you taser him. And I mean that's horrible too. But that's less likely to kill the person. I mean he has a better chance of living with being tasered than he has with a gunshot. A gunshot, you have no idea what's going to happen once the bullet is out from the gun, once it's been released from the trigger after you pop it or whatever, you shoot it. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna hit something and you don't know. It might live, it might not. In this situation, he didn't live, and neither did the woman. So you saw what happened. 2 lives are gone. 2 more lives are gone. Because you don't care enough. You don't give a crap. You come up here, you do what you want to do, and you're gonna get what? Administrative desk duty for 30 days. Oh hell, I mean, come on. But 2 families have to bury people that they love, that they care for. Maybe you didn't care about, but they did. So is that fair to them? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And all you get to say is, I'm sorry, and go home to your family. I bet you are sorry. You are sorry. I mean, it's not acceptable. This is not funny. It's not a joke, and we're kind of sick of it happening over and over again. It shouldn't be happening. Learn proper protocol. Everything is not worth a gunshot. Someone dying. They don't have to do what she's right. We're supposed to get service and protection here. All you just do is kill people. Stop eliminating people because it's easier to do, because it makes your job easier. It's just shoot them and let's be done with it. That's not how you handle things, especially in a situation like that. If you can calm them down with a taser, and you just try to figure out, okay, what's going on here or whatever, do that. Because this situation was a special situation where this boy he has mental issues, emotional issues. He has gotten upset, something has agitated him. Nevertheless, he's a good kid. He seems like a, good person. How his family, describes him. So he's never had no problems in the past. So that sound like somebody who needs to lose their life? He's not a thug, a criminal. No. So you move too fast. You put 20 on 10. They gave you an inch, you took them out. I'm like, yeah, you're moving too hastily and you're not thinking. Then you got the woman to kill the neighbor. She's like, I was just looking out for the cops. I was gonna let them know the cops are here, and you shot her. And she got 5 children. I mean, come on. Come on. And then one of her kids had to discover that she was dead on the floor. I mean, how do you even begin? What are you gonna say? I'm sorry. Those are the only things you can say. Because you get to go home to your kids, right? But her kids will never see her again. How dare you? How dare you? And this is around the holiday time, too. So New Year's in a couple days, they had to go into 2016 saying goodbye to their mother. Goodbye. Hello, New Year. Goodbye, Mom. They have to leave their mom back in this year, but they have to enter a new year without their mom. I mean, come on. I mean, stop. Stop and think before you shoot. Think about everything I'm saying. Think about everything that everybody's been saying for the longest period of time. Think about what might happen. Think about that child who's going to say, wow, I wish Mom was here. Wow, I wish my son was here. I wish he was still here. I wish my daughter was here. I wish my cousin was still here. I mean, come on. I mean, stop being a murderer with a uniform on. I mean, like, it's not okay. It's not. It's getting a little monotonous here, a little old. The whole I'm sorry game, and we get a little desk duty, and hey, we just move on with life, right? Forget those people. They don't mean anything anyway. Get over it and get over yourself. Stop it. And I'm done. Anyway. My condolences to those families, and my prayers go out. Let's send some prayers to us. Hope that they can get through this trying time, especially with it being us approaching a new year. I mean, jeez. I hope you like this video. Make sure you share. Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.